This is Akida reporting for Asiatic Rhythms, RadiobombFM on KPFK 90.7 FM in Los Angeles, kpfk.org, streaming worldwide. On March 11th, 2011, Japan experienced one of the largest earthquakes in modern history, registering 9.0 on the Richter scale. The scenes of a massive tsunami hitting the Fukushima Tohoku region were seen across the world. However, the full story still hasn't been told. Today we have a special guest, Christopher Noland, the director of the documentary 3/11 Surviving Japan. Chris is a young American who documented his experience in Japan in the months following the disaster. Chris, are you there?
Yes.
Chris, can you tell us what you experienced on March 11th?
On the day of March 11th, I was actually awoken by the earthquake. I immediately dove under the kitchen table. It lasted for about 1 minute. It felt like the world was going to end. I ran outside. Everybody started to head towards the train stations and out of the office buildings and everything.
When did you find out about the tsunami and the disaster at Fukushima?
At that time, they weren't really giving us much information about it. I don't think we really heard much about the power plant until it was a problem. Until the unit number 1 explosion. And immediately there seemed to be a very concerted effort to downplay the situation.
So you actually talked to TEPCO, the Tokyo Electric Power Company that owns and operates the Fukushima nuclear plant.
They basically said that they had dumped billions of becquerels of radioactive contamination into the Pacific Ocean, more than once. Mm-hmm. They didn't really say what their plan was to do, what they're going to do to clean it up or to avoid any further catastrophes. I directly asked them, what would you do, to prevent this in the future?
The whole nuclear aspect of Fukushima is little known. Many experts are saying that it's far worse than Chernobyl. Can you tell us what's happening at the Fukushima nuclear plant?
There was kind of like a concerted effort to make people believe that there was no problem there. And it started to come out that the radiation was spread way, way past that. And, it contaminated most of the prefecture and about 1/10 of Japan, I believe that they said. You have children and families that are still living in Fukushima in this radiation fallout. The children are testing positive for cesium, which is kind of like nuclear waste fallout in their bloodstream, in the urine test. You have children with, they're starting to get abnormal growth on their thyroid, and they're getting to be overweight because they're not really allowed to go outside. They're told that it's okay to live here and it's safe, but you're not allowed to go outside. And common sense kind of says there's a big problem there if you can't go outside, right?
Chris, what message would you like to send to people through your documentary?
The message that I would like to send first and foremost is that the disaster in Japan is not over. That this is a good opportunity for the world to learn from this disaster, and instead of hiding from it, we should learn from it. I think that we as people tend to put ourselves in the hands of the few that would basically throw us away. And in that, I mean that we kind of trust all these people to do all these things and make all these decisions for us, but it really looks like they're not really making good decisions for us, and they're only making good decisions for themselves. And I think that we kind of need to think about that and change course before it's too late, before we kind of destroy the planet, because we need water and the earth to be healthy for us to live. Relying on all this stuff is holding us back as a society, and we need to move on to greener technologies so that we can advance in the future and move forward.
On the anniversary of 3/11, you're having screenings of the film. Can you tell us about it?
Yes, on March 11th, I'm going to have screenings of the film in 6 different cities. The information is at www.311survivingjapan.com. On there, you can go and buy advance tickets, and you can get the theater information and showtimes for each city. They do vary per city.
Well, I have my tickets to the LA screening, and I really hope that everybody comes out and supports Chris's documentary. This is Akaida, reporting for Asiatic Rhythms, and it was a pleasure talking to you, Chris. Thanks for producing such an important and informative documentary.
Thank you.
Can you see the light?